And so dioxin is an extraordinarily toxic substance. It causes cancer, reproductive problems, developmental problems, immune system problems, diabetes. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So, but these are all subtle effects that will affect people over the life of their lives.
I will say, Monday when they did the controlled burn, I did wake up about 2 o'clock, and I could taste it. It was like almost hard to describe it, like a sweet metallic taste almost.
Mm-hmm. And you, to be clear, like they did not tell you that you needed to evacuate for that?
No, we are roughly 3 miles outside of the ground zero.
You're all getting together in these Facebook groups and things like that to help get the message out to your neighbors who might not know, because the government is not doing it for you. Well, they're not going door to door to tell these people. It's ridiculous.
That's one good thing about our area, the entire area, everyone around here, all the nonprofits, they all come together, they're all helping us. But who else?
Yeah. It's tough, and I mean, it's unfortunate.
I did have one national news person who contacted me, and she said, do you have someone I can talk to that's went to the CDC clinic? And I said, well, we've been yelling at my mom to go. I'll call her and see if she went. This was like the first day it opened. So mom said, I'm not going there. She said, they're not even taking your blood pressure. And she said, flyer of things they weren't doing. So I called going back and I said, look, I called my mom. She hasn't gone, but this is why she hasn't gone. Like, this is the story that needs to be reported on. She said, nah, we'd really like to have a story with someone that had a positive experience at the Well, good luck finding someone.
They're breaking out with rashes. I'm taking them to the doctors. They're telling me, well, they have eczema and they have croup because we can't diagnose them with chemical burns. We can't diagnose them with chemical burns of the lungs because almost after 3 weeks, they're still waiting on guidance from the Ohio Department of Health. How long is it going to take? Are one of my children going to have to drop dead before they get guidance?
Well, Sunday they came knocking on our door saying that we had to evacuate or they're coming back with body bags. And my chest was tight, my irritated eyes, my throat and everything, so I decided to go to the hospital, and I ended up getting acute bronchitis from chemical fumes.
And then they had Santa Fest, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
They had
Santa Effect.
Santa Effect. Yeah, they did a hell of a job. I mean, it's noticeable that they come in, they sprayed it, they foamed it, and they deodorized it and everything.
So one thing that you should know about Santa Effect, and I've talked with a couple residents about this and kind of broke a little bit of news about it, is while Santa Effect is probably does a good job with the regular house cleaning, the materials that they're using to spray, we got the sheet that kind of gives the details. It's meant for cleaning hospitals and things like this, right? So it's killing bacteria, it's killing viruses, right. It's used for cleaning COVID and this sort of thing. Mm-hmm. It doesn't do anything for cleaning chemicals, which is the main concern of a lot of folks.
Right,
so
right. That's what I thought. They said, when you spray this foam and stuff, the way I understood and everything, that they spray the chemicals, they spray the rooms and everything like that, and as opposed to your
someone just sent us a video after throwing a rock in this. This is right behind the Dollar General in town. We'll take a look and see what happens, I guess. Yeah. Stuff way under here. Some bubbles popping up. There's even a couple small ones out there too.
They said you needed your driver's license, 2 proofs of residency, utility bills. We get in there like a lot of other people, and now they're saying Social Security cards. While I'm sitting inside there, I call the number again, and the lady says driver's license and utility bills. Never mentioned anything about Social Security card. So a whole bunch of us from this line that waited out here all morning, we all left because of a Social Security card. They couldn't say that on the phone. That's not an inconvenience. We're not going through enough.
They just got it and moved out of the way to get the trains running again.
And the only way they got to go back to running their trains again was they had to lift the evacuation.
I noticed they're double stacking now. You notice that?
So
every train car is double stacked now instead of. They're trying to make back up for the time they lost.
My brother, he was like laying next to the air vent and he got a rash on his cheek. And then like we've all been having like runny noses since it happened and like headaches and stuff. But then when we go out of town in like Robinson or something, or we feel better, and then when we come back, it's like happened again.
And have you all been back into school now since this? What has it been like in school so far?
It's been like normal.
Yeah, but they
Nothing
haven't
really
like
changed.
closed the water fountains or nothing. Kids are just going up there and drinking the water.
I said, come out here and smell the air. I said, because I think it smells funny. I could smell a burning smell. He took a big breath in. He said, yeah, I smell something out there. He said it smelled like burning electronics.
Most cleaning companies wear booties and full suits, like, which is fine because I'm like, whatever, they're cleaning. Like maybe they're gonna go back over the rugs. And then I sent you the videos. My whole house is on surveillance. He didn't wipe a single thing down. He walked through, he drug an extension cord from his truck through the dirt into my house. Like,
what were you seeing right after you said that you entered his room and he was shaking?
He was projectile vomiting across the floor out of nowhere. He was very confused. I mean, like he did wake up out of the middle of his sleep, but he was shaking. He was begging for water. He said he couldn't breathe.
Yeah, they were coming out to do air testing on all the houses. And because of our close proximity to the creek, I think it's about 7 steps from there to the front door. I asked about soil and water sampling. They were not providing that, so I had the railroad come down. He agreed we had a concern. He sent in a toxicologist, and when he left, the railroad offered to buy us out and relocate us.
What took so long to get FEMA involved here? Go ahead. What took so long to get FEMA involved?
Look, the most important thing was
reaching out to the federal government. You would, on an interview I watched, you said straight up that the President Biden said that he would provide aid. I don't think he's done nearly enough, and I think a lot of residents here do. But you said you didn't return the phone call. It seems like it's been thing after thing.
And that. Look, the president called me and said, anything you need. I have not called him back after that conversation. I will not hesitate to do that if we're seeing a problem or anything, but I'm not seeing it.